Hello everyone. I'm just doing a quick stream on how to read signals in draft, since I've been asked that question a lot. How to stay open, how to know when you should move into a class, etc. I can't promise this stream will be as long as all the other streams I've done so far, but yeah, I'll try to do 1 or 2 drafts. It's kind of difficult because tomorrow I'm flying to calling Minneapolis, so I have to pack bags, upload YouTube videos for the next 2 weeks, and it also seems like the runaways queues are a little bit dry at the moment. So I just sat in a queue waiting, and as soon as we had 8 I just started the stream so we can get a draft immediately, hopefully. It seems like we're 7 out of 8. Let's see if we can get the 8th person to join. Haxel, GM Pubs, GM. That's GM Pubs. Is he here? Yes, alright. We got a draft, which is great. Let's start the draft. Alright. First of all. Yeah, Nasir. Yeah, I was just like, I got a lot of questions about it in general, and I was like, I should just make a free stream about it, so people can join. All right, so this pack. Let's quickly state my opinions on this format. I think Acilio is a tier above Aurora and Ziggy, so all Acilio cards are rated higher than normal cards. You can stay open in this draft, but it won't always reward you, as if you're one of 3 Aurora or Ziggy, you'll be very unhappy. Anyway, to pick a card here, here's an easy Starflow Ropes, keeps me open, and it's literally the best equipment in the set. Starbolt Warning is another card I would be picking up here, but yeah. Apart from that, no real first pickable cards here. So let's take a look at the second pack. There's a bunch of options here. There's still a lot of good Acilio cards in the pack, like Constella Waves, Nebula Duality. Sigil of Lightning is a really good card to stay open as well. It's kind of interesting. So here I would already lean into Acilio. Like, the reason someone didn't first pick this, I would be like, maybe I can pick this up, just because equipment is so good as well. If you were trying to stay open, I would either pick a Sigil of Lightning, a Storm Shard maybe. But myself, I like to lean a bit more into Acilio, and I'll tell you guys after. And pick the Constella Waves. Alright, so here we get immediately rewarded by one of the best cards in the set, Aether Sling. Flittering Spike would be a good card if we had taken a Sigil of Lightning to stay open, but here we just get a clear signal, Acilio is open, right? There could have been more good cards in the pack, but this card is just too good to pass up on, and immediately pulls us into Acilio. So I'm going to be picking that. Here it already seems it's dried up a bit, since we don't see any spells. Like, we see Blue Lighting Overload, so probably there were more good Acilio cards in this pack, as per why Aether Sling still was in there. In this pack, I would either take the Retort, because we are Acilio, it's stronger to take it out of the pool and put it into Ordex, so our opponents can play it against us. But it's also just a good card in general in a mirror. But for this pack, I would honestly pick Starlight Road. I really like Embodiment of Lightning Generation in Acilio, and this is also just an instant that is just very strong in general. Alright, so it seems like Acilio is kind of drying up, because we're not seeing any red spells, not even any yellow spells. So here I would be a little bit more hesitant to still stay Acilio. Like, we wasted 2 picks, like we got an Aether Sling Constella Waves, but I would still I would still say we're likely gonna be Acidio. Here I would pick the Thunderous Retort, just because I think the prevention is really premium. We could pick a blue 3-block here, which is generically better. But if we're gonna end up not Acidio, we need the prevention even more to stand a chance. So here I'll pick the Retort. This is an interesting pack. Brush Off is a really strong card, generic, that keeps us open. Heaven's Claws Blue is a solid card. I'm gonna be picking the Suture here, just because I still want to lean a bit Acidio, and I think it might be good. Alright, here Yellow Arcane Spell is perfect for us. Like, it deals 2 damage, but it is still a 3-block, and arcane damage is still annoying to deal with. Also, the other cards aren't really standing out. Like, I could pick Ominous Excavation here, but currently I don't really have a lot of good instants to play with it. Here, again, it seems like Illusionist might be open, as these cards are a bit better. But I'm gonna be picking the Flittering Spike here, just because it's a blue 3-block. Now we see that this is the card, this is the pool we opened. The Acidio cards are out, so it's likely to be contested. So here I'm maybe gonna be picking an Illusionist card. Or even a Runeblade card, as this card is very good. It doesn't really matter, because this card is nearly unplayable in Acidio. Since we don't run a lot of attacks. I'm gonna be leaning a bit more into Runeblade here. Alright, we see another Aeon Surge. Like, if this weren't in a pack, I would pick a Quick Succession Blues, just because it's a really strong card. But Aeon Surge Yellow still is a good card for Acidio, so I'm just gonna be picking that. Here, it seems like it's dried up a bit. I think because we have an Embodiment of Lightning generation, Astral Assault can actually be decent in our deck. Other card pick would be Blue Brush Off, just to get more blues. But it's not a card we actively want to play, it's a filler card. Flittering Spike Yellow, however, is a very strong card. And it's a very good use of an Embodiment of Lightning. So we're going to be picking that, putting it into the attack spell. Here, both of these cards are kind of bad. I'm just going to be picking the Ominous Aggression, because I could end up with a lot more attacks if Acidio is contested, and if I end up with a lot of attacks, it is actually really good. Arc Ramp, nice blue 2-block. It's filler, but it's better than nothing. Alright, we open a Core Reaction, which is a great card. Probably one of the best cards in the set. Also Blink of an Eye. We sadly cannot really jump into Illusionist anymore, since we wasted too many picks on Acidio. But I do see we have a Laced Lightning in the pack as well. Normally I would pick a Core Reaction here easy. But now I'm more inclined to take the Laced Lightning, because Acidio seemed a bit closed. And that's why we might end up with more attacks than spells, which makes the Laced Lightning a lot more flexible. This is kind of a close pick though, because I could also really see the Core Reaction. This is actually really hard. I'm gonna pick the Core Reaction in the end. Yeah, I think that's correct. Let's put red spells here, yellow spells here, instant tears. Okay, this is... We got heavily rewarded by that. Holy shit. Imagine we picked the Laced Lightning there. That would have been crazy. If we would have picked the Laced Lightning, we would have picked Electrolyze here easy, but this is extremely lucky. So we'll just pick these. Alright. Seems like the spells are drying up a bit. There's some good picks here still. We could pick the Calmville Volthaven. This seems like a pot where there's a lot of Acidio. Becomes extra good. Ominous Respite is an instant that is also good against Acidio specifically. And it enables Volzar. Nebula Duality is another yellow arcane spell. The secondary ability is pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with the Ominous Respite here. Alright, we see a red arcane spell in the pack. That's an easy pickup for us. There's no real other considerations in this pack. So let's pick the red Aeon Surge. Alright, not a lot of good cards, but I think Lightning Overload Yellow is actually a very solid card since it still deals arcane damage. Like 3 arcane damage is a pretty good number in general. You really love Facilio, huh? Yeah, I really do love Facilio, and I actually think Facilio's cards are just a little bit better than all heroes, so that's why I'm leaning a bit more into Facilio. Here it's an easy meteoric impact. It deals a lot of damage for a blue if you enable the Starfall. And it's just a blue 3 block, so I'm gonna be picking that. Here it's an E. Ooh, it's actually hard. I would pick the Nebula Duality normally, but I'm gonna be picking the Calmville Volthaven. Same reason as before. Wow. Wow, this is interesting. I could pick the Sigil of Lightning here. I don't really have a lot of attacks already. Comet Collision Yellow is decent. Havenville is just very good in the mirror. But I do have a lot of tech already. Ooh, this is a tough pick. A lot of good cards here still. I'm gonna be picking the Havenville here. Because I think there will be a lot of Facilio in this spot again. Here, tap lessons passed. 3 arcane for 1 card. Pretty good rate. Here, easy Calmville. I've been picking up a bunch of yellow spells. So yellow Chromatic Refinement could be actually very good. So maybe I'll pick that. Other card I could pick would be Blue Electrolyze. Doesn't block though, so let's pick this. Alright. I'm gonna be picking a Thunderous Retort just because it's a blue. I don't want to play it, but I might have to. Glide to Starlight is a good prevention card. And we pick up a blue 2 block, which is really nice since I was kind of hoping we could play any card. Good night, Paul. Subman Sand. My boy. Good night. Is it night for you? Alright, multiple good cards. Here again. Comet Collision. Helm of Astral Sanctuary. Space Dust. We're not in Illusionist, sadly. I think I'd rate equipment a little bit higher than the Comet Collision here. I'm hoping to pick up a little bit more red arcane spells though, because I don't have a lot. This is kind of suspicious. Now I'm gonna be picking the Comet Collision here. The red arcane spells are the backbone of my deck, and I might not end up with enough playables. This is one of the most premium spells as well. Here it's an easy Nebula Duality, I think. Blue 3 block that's just very flexible. Although there's also the yellow Lightning Overload here. We're gonna end up with a lot of yellows. I'm just gonna be picking the yellow just because of the Chromatic Refinement. Might be wrong though. Alright. I think this is a reason to pick Astral Assault. I could also pick the Flow Slide here. But I do have 2 embodiment generation. And I don't have a lot of attacks yet. I'm gonna be picking Astral Assault here. Oh, this is hard. Yeah, let's pick the Astral Assault. Oh my god, we get an Echo Flash? That's so weird. Pack 3, pick 4. Echo Flash is literally the best card in the set, guys. I don't know how we managed to get this, but yeah, I'll be picking it up. Hell yeah. What the hell? I mean, so far so good, guys. Like, that Pleasant's Past is great with Echo Flash and our core reaction, and it's a blue 3 block which we need. I'm just gonna be picking that. Here, I think it's an easy Flow Slide. I kind of want more red spells. We're not getting them though, but yeah. Let's just get the instant, why not? Here it's easy Nebula Duality. We definitely need some more red spells. We got 4, which is probably as much as we can handle. I don't really want a lot more instants. I do think Cosmic Flare is one of the better cards. I need some more blues. Let's just put these in our sideboard and see where we're really at, right? We need 7 more picks to not play like the kind of worst cards. And we already have yellow Astral Assault. How many blue instants do we have? Not a lot. I'm going to be picking the Flare here. Could pick Rift Breaker here since it actually has a good on-hit. But I think I need some more blues since I have equipment that want them. And I have a Suture and Echo Flash and Core Reaction. I need some more blues. Here I could pick Havenville for the mirror, but we need more playables. I'm gonna be picking the blue 3 block. Ominous Excavation is just a great card. We have perfect cards to shuffle back, right? So let's pick this. Alright, seems like we're gonna be ending up with a little bit more blues than I preferably would want, but sure. Alright, that's kinda sad. We have to play some more sus cards. Probably gonna be Astral Assault and Calmville Volthaven, I would assume. Could also play the Glide Through Starlight instead of Astral Assault. Alright, we got a good deck. I would say we got a very good deck. Is this the best yellow refinement of all time? It might be. It might honestly be. Our equipment suite is a little bit awkward, but we can make do. And we have a lot of Acidio tech, so if we were to play an Acidio, I wouldn't be sad. Let's just keep it at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blues is good. We get to cut 1 more card from this deck, which will probably be either the Glide Through or the Calmville. Let's do Glide Through for now. Alright, Aurora is definitely our worst matchup with this deck. I'll preface by saying that. But damn, this deck is still very powerful. Alright, join the game. It's Ziggy. Alright, so we're likely getting fatigued. This makes Ominous Respite a little bit worse. Havenville as well. Astral Assault. What are we playing here? Probably a Glide Through Starlight. We don't have a lot of arcane damage on our opponent's turn. We have Echo Flash. Alright, let's run it like this. Come on. I will be honest and still say that I think this deck is not amazing. But I would say this deck is better than average. Yeah, surprised you got Echo Flash because someone is cutting all the red spells. I'm very surprised by that as well. I would never have guessed I would have seen an Echo Flash any other time than pick 1 for myself. Alright, opponent starting with Nourishing Glow. Not great for us. Opponent also has a... Oof. Okay. This already will be a very hard game, and this is exactly why Ziggy going first in this matchup is so good. But let's see what we can do. Or Aether Sling will be easily prevented. But let's wait if the opponent's actually gonna do it. If the opponent is planning on preventing this, I'm gonna be using the Constella Waves just to make use of my cards. And I'm gonna Arsenal the Red Comet Collision. However, if they don't prevent it, then yeah, I'll be happy. But I I'm skeptical of that. Yeah, seems like the opponent is planning on fully preventing this. Ward 1, 2, 3, 4. Lightning flow. I might not amp it, to be honest. As if I amp it, they don't have to prevent it anymore. Yeah. I'm not gonna amp it, because he has to go to 0 lightning flows. Which isn't great. Oh no, I just totally miscounted. Sorry. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was 4. Alright, it's a small mistake, but I think the game will go as long that we probably can use the Constella waves. Can I ask what kind of pick you're looking for to force a class versus staying open? I'm always scared I will get punished, so I pick equipment first all the time. I think to my detriment. I never force in draft, which sounds sounds ironic for what just happened. But if a class is truly closed, I will always switch off it. Alright. Opponent starts off with some very good turns, sadly. I'll block 5 here. Although, I might block 5 like this. I want to keep this rather than that. If the opponent pumps it, I'm gonna be using either Starflow, Ropes, or Laced Lightning here. If they don't pump it, I'm good. What kind of pick you're looking for to force a class? Yeah, I sadly cannot answer that, because I'm not forcing a class, I would say, ever. Alright, we're gonna be preventing this, hopefully make an embodiment to set up a bigger turn later. Ooh, that's very dirty. I'm gonna be preventing that with the flow, since I don't want him to have an on hit. Little bit sad, but it is what it is. Ooh, and a flow tide right after. Yeah, gonna be a hard game, guys. My opponent is drawing some great hands. Flittering Spike into Flow Tide are both insane cards, but we still have some play in this matchup. Let's deal 3 Arcane. Hope the opponent has a mediocre turn for once, and then we can hopefully do a big turn back with the Embodiment of Lightning. Okay, follow up. What's the cards that will amp? You pick a class card over staying open, with say a generic lightning or equipment. And when do you swap off a bomb class card? What's the card that will make you pick a class card over staying open? Right. I mean, I think cards like Aether Sling. Like, I saw this pick 3, which I assumed was a big signal. I think Aether Sling might be one of the best cards in the set. What's happening here? Polaris Pulse Ray. Am I gonna be blocking this? I'm not gonna be blocking this. I'm gonna activate Future. Yeah. Hard game, guys. My opponent's kind of high rolling me, but it's okay. Go again into go again. Into starting with 3 extra life, turn 0. It's not really I've experienced a lot yet, but we still have to try. When do we swap off a bomb class card? I would say in this draft, I would have he's ziggying. I might. No, I'll take the arcane. If I didn't see any spells at all, so no red and no yellow spells, I would have switched off Acidio. Since I need either red or yellow spells to win these kind of matchups. Alright, my opponent is skipping turn. And he's hitting me with a flow tide as well. Okay, luckily I have a Calmville here, which is pretty good. Oh shit. No, it's okay. It's okay. I can just do Cosmic Flare into Meteoric Impact for 4. The Ziggy kinda just has it all this game. Yeah, he might be one of two. But I'm still in this game, weirdly enough. Like, usually Ziggy isn't as good at converting his hands as he was, so I think this game is kinda not... it's not really representative for how the matchup normally goes, but yeah, it happens, right? Like, look at this. It's just impossible to beat this, right? Another insane bomb in this set. Yeah, I mean, what can I do here? Not much, right? Okay, so only pumping it once. I will use this. I mean, I'm just gonna hope he has one off turn. How much of an ask is that? Like, the last turn kind of was an off turn, but yeah. I'm gonna IP this card since it's really good with the Flittering Spike. Although, maybe I have to play it for the flow since I'm so low. I'll just play it for the flow. I'm kind of really behind, right? I'm 10 life behind. I would be happy to even play my Erode Authority. Well, yeah. I mean, I have to hope my opponent doesn't have Arc Shards here. If he also has Arc Shards, yeah. Like, this is a rare game where I actually feel like I probably couldn't have done anything better. I mean, I couldn't, but like, this game was like, I could have done some things better. I don't think it would have won me the game. How much will this be? 8, right? Yeah. Okay, I die. Good game. Yeah. I might have made some mistakes, but yeah, my opponent won at 16 life, right? So not much to be said about this. Yeah, kind of sad because I was hoping for this game to be an example of why this deck still was really good with the amount of Acidios in the pot. And people are kind of saying I'm an Acidio forcer, but yeah. I don't think this game was like winnable, right? Like, if I could have kept my hand here, I give you one more kind of bad. Like, he started the game with elliptical and nourishing flow, which is already like 4 value if you really think about it. So he starts the game at 24. I think we made a small mistake not amping the Aether Sling on our turn, because we just miscounted how much damage it would do. I thought it would deal 5, but it would dealt 4. Then the opponent got the embodiment of Conflux. With the embodiment, played Flittering Spike for 6. Go again into another attack. He used Lace Lightning after, which is like, I cannot really prevent that because I have to send something back. And he attacked with a Polaris Pulse Ray into Shattering Flow Tide Red. Or Shattering Flow Tide, yeah. No, the red one was on his first turn. It's like, it's already like 10 damage. Then we had one off turn where he played Corrosive, which is, yeah, kind of got me more lower. And then the Knockout Punch was just Voltic Impact, which is one of the best rares in the set. So I don't know what I really could have done better here. Yeah, I just got outclassed here. Alright, let's try to find another draft to get a little bit more info about what I want in. Looking like there's 3 people, including me, in the queue currently. So we might have to wait a little bit. Let's review the draft. Settings. Oh. K-blocks. Review the draft. Our picks. Pack 1, pick 1. I mean, easy Starflow ropes, right? It's the best equipment in the set. It keeps you open. Like, there wasn't really anything else. I could have picked Starwall Warning, I guess. Okay, queue is filling up fast. Damn. I'm just curious to see what the pot distribution was. So I was Acidio. The person passing to me was Runeblade. The person on the right of me was also Acidio, who definitely has a better deck than me because he has a lot more red spells. But yeah, I had the Echo Flash and such. I don't know. I think our deck, I think I would have easily won against, not easily, but like I think I would have had a good chance against this deck because I had way more prevention than him looking at his deck. But yeah, we couldn't get there. So 2 Acidio, 3 Acidio. Turn to Mindfire opened. I mean, that's an amazing card. Wow, there were 2 Echo Flash opened in what the hell, man? Now, this deck is also looking quite strong, although he has a lot of blues. I don't know. And this was a Ziggy. Wow, 2 Blink of an Eye. What a crazy. This was the Ziggy that beat me. I mean, his deck isn't looking that good, to be honest. I don't know. Another Aurora. And another. So 3 Ziggy pot? Yeah, this was a 3 Ziggy, 3 Acidio, 2 Aurora pot. I mean, yeah. Let's see what my opponent opened with. Or like the person passing to me. Right, he picked a Voltbound Duality. Wow. Well, it seems like my opponent is... I would say this is not the best card in the pack. And this feels like an opponent... This feels like a player that's forcing Aurora to me. It's like... I think there's a lot of cards that are better than this one. Shattering Flow Tide is better, in my opinion. Siege of Lightning isn't better, but keeps you more open. I mean, for Runeblade, Release Renown, I think is arguably better than Voltbound. Constella Waves, that's my personal opinion, is just the best card in this pack. Storm Shard, if you're Aurora, I think this card especially shines. Because you're struggling with closing out games usually as Aurora, and this can just win you the game. It's a little bit worse in Ziggy and Obsidio. Yeah. My opponents, or opened Arc Ramp. I mean, this spec was insane for Obsidio, holy moly. Constella Uplift, Comet Collision, Lace Lightning. I mean, I would have picked Lace Lightning here to stay more open, but I don't blame the opponent at all for picking Arc Ramp here. It's a great card. Here, someone stayed open, picking Seeker's Delay. I think I agree with this. Scattering Conflux over Gloves. I agree with I don't know. I think I would pick the Gloves here. Let's see our actual opponent's pick. Pick the Rope. I fully agree with this. Picked up the Gloves. Picked up Tap Lessons Past, which is the best card in the pack. Wow, he got the Lace Lightning. Oh yeah, I passed this, right? Yeah. No, did I pass it? Yeah, no, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I didn't pass this, but he got it. He still was a Cilio with the Lightning Overload. I would have probably picked Starbolt Warning here just to stay more open. It's like a blue 3-block isn't really premium. This card is staying open and is better than Lightning Overload and Cilio. Here he saw the Polaris, pick 6, which is a big signal probably. And the Shattering Flow Tide. And a Pulsing Cardia Red. Yeah, my opponent got really rewarded for picking equipment here. To kind of answer the Luma Knights question. Like, picking equipment is usually good. Like here my opponent got kind of rewarded for it. Flittering Spike, yeah, I think I opened this. Or I passed this as well. Because I picked the Aether Sling over it. I mean, yeah. And then you see the Corrosive and you're kind of like... Cosmic Duality. Okay, I'm switching to Ziggy. Stellar Glide, like, whatever. Yeah, this is a premium card in Ziggy. Pick up the blue 3-block, another blue 3-block. Oh, wow, he saw the Aether Sling. Yeah, I guess he read the signals and he said, I'm not gonna be picking up Obsidio cards anymore. Yeah, makes sense. Makes total sense. Let's already make a new... Oh no, we cannot yet. Alright. I think I know this player as well, and he's a pretty good player. German player, so no shame in losing to him. Is it worth looking at other packs? I guess we can look at our opponent to our right, who seemed to be a little bit more interested in Obsidio since he picked the red Arc Ramp over Lace Lightning. What was his second pick? Cosmic Flare makes sense. Although I would have picked Starbolt Warning here. He saw Nebula Duality. Oh yeah, yeah. Seekers. I would have picked the Spike here, but Seekers is also good. Very smart. I don't think enough people are doing this. Although there are not a lot. Yeah, this is just the best card in the pack. Blue 3-block. Yeah, I think I would have picked the Spike here over the Surge, but it's whatever. Brush Off, yeah. He picked the Ominous. Seems to, yeah. This is kind of interesting pick. I would have maybe picked the Astro Assault here, but I think that would have been wrong if I did, and I agree with my opponents. Here he picked Flittering Force Field, only card that's playable in Acidio. Yeah, he saw the quick succession, is like, Arc Shards, probably a hate pick. I think I would take Brush Off, maybe. Okay, I think my opponent to my right is kind of underrating Laced Lightning. I think that card is insane in Acidio. It allows you to draft attacks that get go again, which is great because opponents are inclined to use prevention or to play prevention against you, and as we see, prevention doesn't really block well. So if you send an attack with go again and send Arcane after, their turn can line up to be very awkward. Good reminder, by the way, this is also something I'm talking about in my newly released MetaFi guide. Alright, seems like we got a new draft. Let's do it like this. Uh-oh. I'll make it. The reason why I really want to make the draft monster is because a friend of mine, Mark Henderson, has made a more realistic pack distribution. Like something that actually... I hope this is correct. If we get the same pack, it will be a bit sus, but I hope this is correct. I'm just trying to test this feature out. If it's the same packs, we know exactly what's in them, so I don't know how we're gonna explain that to the opponents. Oh, maybe I should have not made it. Alright, hope Mark is right. His large drafts. It looks different, right? Yeah, it looks different. Alright. Yeah, this is completely different. Yeah, this is different. Right, is it? I'm a bit sus. Okay, anyway, let's just try to act like it is. Helm of Astro Sanctuary, great card that keeps us open. We want equipment anyway. Hi, I was the person on your right. I think I locked myself into the city too fast because I had a few very strong early picks. Thank you for the review. Yo. No, I think you drafted pretty well, Alonzi Koi. I was just trying to say that you seem to have a preference for Acidio. Because I myself think Laced Lightning is a better card and you stay more open, but I don't blame you at all for picking a red arc ramp. So, yeah, I think you drafted really well. Helm of Astro Sanctuary keeps us open. I mean, guys, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Okay, like I'm trying, I'm trying to stay open. But this is a card that immediately screams to you like you gotta be a Celia. This is arguably the best or second best card in the set. Like Echo Flash or Core Reaction is kind of whatever. But yeah, I just have to slam dunk this, and I'm very curious what my opponent, what my person to the left of me picked. It's just, what can I do? Yeah, Constellar Uplift, great extender. Freeing Life Force, also a great card to fatigue Acidio, but yeah, I'm gonna be picking Uplift here. I'm heavily inclined to keep being Acidio. Try to not pick co-reaction challenge. Difficulty impossible. What the hell? It's like, this keeps happening. This is what I'm trying to say. It's like, this is also a top 5 card in the set. It's like, come on. I'm not gonna not pick these cards. I'm not gonna do it. Like, whenever this happens, you gotta immediately jump on Acidio. And it's worth protecting these picks. Like, there needs to be... Acidio needs to be drier than the Sahara Desert for me to switch off of him at this point. This is just egregious. Alright, it seems like Acidio dried up, which makes sense, because why the hell are you passing Aethersling? But I'm not switching off Acidio. I'm telling you that. Like, I've been liking Stellar Glide a little bit more. Flows aren't as important as Acidio as in the other heroes. And like I just said before, presenting attacks and arcane on the same turn is pretty damn good. So I'll pick the Stellar Glide. Wow, a lot of very good cards in this pack. Static Shelter is pretty good, especially with core reaction since it curves perfectly. Cosmic Flare, amazing as well. I'm gonna pick Static Shelter just to get a little bit more of a feel for it since it's a majestic. But if I weren't, I would have picked the Cosmic Flare or Yellow Suture, either one of them. But I want to test this out a little bit more. Here, Mediocre Impact is a great blue. Although Starlight Road is kind of amazing as well. I'll pick the Starlight Road. Alright, let's try to sort this out a little bit. Blue non-blocks here. Attacks here. Attacks here. Blue non-blocks here. Blue 3 blocks here. Instance here. Red spells there. Electrolyze I'm warming up to. Yeah, I think that card's great. Spellbind Sigil, high pick. I'm surprised it's wheeled. No one picked up Spellbind Sigil. You need this card against Acidio to stand a chance, in my humble opinion. I'm gonna be picking it up. Henry Judd, sup? The first buyer of my Metafy guide. I'll remember this. Hey Paul, I don't have a lot of time to practice drafting before Nets. Do you think there's something specific that I could focus on for the next few days that would be helpful? Something specific you could focus on. I mean, I would kind of say again to watch my streams and the guides you just bought. I would try to memorize the card evaluations a little bit, because the most important thing is knowing which cards are better than others. Sounds simple, but if people are underrating cards that are good, then that's very, very, very good for you. Astro Assault or Blue 3 block? I'm gonna be waiting for better attacks, and I'm just gonna be picking the Blue 3 block here. Although Suture is also good. I'm a bit insecure about this pick, not gonna lie. Refinement or Force Field? Force Field is blocks better, so. Wow, Nebula Duality? Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do at all. Let's put this here. I'll pick the Nebula Duality, of course. I'll put the instance here, and the yellow spells here, and the red spells there. Hate pick Nebula Cycle. We got a yellow spell. Amazing last card pickup. Alright. Suture or Tap Lessons Past. I think since I would normally always pick Tab Lessons Past just to make sure I have enough red spells, but Acidio did seem kind of not contested as much as I thought, so that's why I'm picking the Suture, just because it's a more unique card effect that is also very good in the mirror. So I'll pick the Suture. I could get punished for this though. Yellow core react. Oh, guys. Oh my god. This is a hard pack. There's Meteoric Impact, which is the best red spell. Another core reaction. Seeker's Leggings. Wow. Wow. Ah, this is so hard. I mean, I already have a core reaction, but another one? Over a Meteoric Impact? I have no idea. Here, guys. These are both so strong. I'm worried I'm going overboard by picking this. But let's just do it. Fuck it, we ball. Hell yeah. Alright, now we're gonna be picking a red spell though. Like, I'm not gonna go overboard and pick a flow slide here. Let's pick a red spell. Let's be... Oh my god! Guys! Flashbolt is another top 5 card in the set. Okay, I'll pick it. We get a Meteoric Impact pick 5? Sure. Sure. Well, I'm gonna be picking Havenville. I'm feeling good. Acidio seems open. I'm gonna get a lot of cards, so getting that for the mirror. I'm missing blues. Sigil of Lightning is pretty good. I mean, with Ominous Excavation, with all the instants I have, ooh, tough. Wow, these cards, like, and Ominous, and a Sigil of Astrophil, and a Sigil of Lightning, and a Comet Collision, and a Red Chromatic Refinement. Like, what is going on? Is no one drafting Acidio or what? I'm just afraid of not drafting enough 3 blocks at this point. And here it's the easy Flittering Spike. Nebula Duality. And now we really have to start picking blues. We need blues and equipment. That's basically it. And then we have an insane deck. We actually do need blues for this deck, since we have a lot of 2-costed spells. 2 core reactions, Suture, Flashbolt. Blue 3 block, pick it up. I mean, yellow 3 block, it is decent enough. Metafy Guide to Limited, yes, I just released that. Let me try and find it. It's here. I'll post it in the chat. It doesn't seem to work, but I'll try it. Refinement. Oh, I should have picked it. Too many things happening at once. Plucken. This is it. Comprehensive Omens Limited Guide. I'm happy to do free streams, but I did a more in-depth guide, which I spent a lot of time on. 14k words, guys. 14k. Is that a lot? I don't know, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid by the amount of words, since I kept it relatively understandable. Okay, Cosmic Flare, great. I'm in need of equipment. Wow, what's happening here? I'm in need of equipment. Do I pick a blue 3 block or do I pick another extender? I have 5 blues. I probably can get more. Let's be a little bit greedy here. We could pick a Havenville. Nah. We'll pick a blue 3 block. Be disciplined. Be disciplined. I mean, here's easy red spell, I think. We don't have the arms, and we need equipment. Great. I posted the Metafy guide in the chat. Starlight Road. I think I want blues that block more than instant at this point. I've more than enough. We have some attacks already, so we don't need more. But I don't really want another non-block. I mean, I guess we're gonna take Sigil anyway. Like, we need 5 more playable cards. That is kind of important. I mean, we're only at pick 6, so likely we're gonna get them, but I kind of want cards that block. Nebula Duality is perfect. Very flexible blue and a 3 block. What now? Lightning Overload yellow. I mean, it's a 3 block and it's a decent spell. Let's pick it up. We need 1 more blues and preferably some Acidio tech. 1 more blue. Are we gonna draft the Rainbow Core Reaction deck, guys? For the memes? I mean, we're kind of entering a... Okay, 10 instants is kind of the limit, so... Brush off. That's a Acidio tech right there. I'm gonna be picking Brush off, hell yeah. Astral Assault is an attack. That's good. Okay, this deck is amazing, I would say. I would say this is one of the best Acidio decks I've drafted. Let's try to not get high rolled again. One thing is, we kind of maybe wanted another Constella Uplift or something. Hate pick here. Yeah. If my Natsref would look like this, I would be... I would be very happy as well. Stellar Glide. Core Reaction Tribal, yeah. I mean, opponents keep passing a discard to me, so yeah, why not? It's even in the thumbnail as well. Amazing. Yeah. Great deck. I hope it will live up to the promise. I hope it will. Let's try to separate the tech from the main board. This is not great. This is tech. This is unnecessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now we would be missing a blue. Is that correct? No, the Cosmic Flare counts as a blue. Right, so we have one more cut. I think an Aenean Surge isn't amazing. Although Brush Off is a little bit worse, maybe. Yeah. Alright. We have Brush Off, Havenville, Spellbind Sigil as a city attack. So yeah, I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling good about this deck. Insanely solid armor suite. Yeah, I agree. Constellar Waves, Helm. Didn't get the boots, but yeah, you can have everything in life. Let's see who our opponent is. 1, 2, 3, 4. TCG Bell. TCG Bell. Draft limited private. Make a room. TCG Bell. Here we go. This is a going first deck, by the way. I think Acidios should go first in general, but like, come on. Come on. La 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 la. La la. Da 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 da. I'm happy I started streaming because this draft was amazing. I don't have time to stream that long, but we'll finish this draft and maybe can squeeze in one more after. Okay, Acidio, we will be going first. Yes, please. Alright, what we're gonna do. Add Brush Off. Add Havenville. Add Spellbind Sigil. We are not likely to really play these, so we'll cut them. Anything else that needs to be cut here? Anything else? I think Stellar Glide is worse, since in this matchup specifically I want more flows. So now we're playing 11 blues, which is great with Spellbind Sigil. We could play one more, but nah, I think I'm happy with this. Alright. Hope we draw a core reaction. We did not draw a core reaction. It's okay. It's okay, but we did draw Flashbolt, which is pretty good. I'm gonna be playing Flashbolt into Tap Lessons Past. If it deals damage, get back my Flashbolt. I'm gonna Arsenal my Havenville. Amazing, 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 amazing. He's using his Tiara. Good that he's using his Prevention on this and not on this later. That is very nice. Yo, Matthew Fox, now this is content. Hell yeah, I completely agree. Not to toot my own horn, but 3 core reactions. What the hell is going on here? Hi Paul, thanks for playing and thanks for the analysis. No problem, happy to do it. This draft is an excellent advertisement for the Metafy guide. I'm happy to hear that. Alright, Taps Lessons Past. 4-3. If deals damage, I'll get back one of the best cards in the sets. Thank you. Pass the turn. Starlight Road. If he makes an embodiment, I'm a bit scared. If he makes a flow, we're all good. We're all good. We are A-okay. Okay, we didn't draw a spell here. I mean, we kind of did. We're probably gonna play it, but not a great hand. We kind of drew all our good cards against the Acidio at once. We know each other from Lewis server. Yes. Oh, you're Huxel. Yeah, we just played. You completely destroyed me. How did your draw finish, Axel? I'm curious. Or is it still ongoing? Pretty good start. Turn to Mindfire. Interesting. There hasn't been... Oh, he's undoing. He's using waves. What's going on here? What's going on? Six arcane. Six arcane. I mean, I'm gonna try to prevent it. This should... Yeah. Havenville leaves. This is a rare situation where I'm actually gonna IP one of these. I mean, not rare, because it makes sense. I'm just thinking about what to arsenal here. I'll definitely play Comet Collision, amp it twice. Then the question is, what card am I gonna arsenal? They both have their reasons. Like, this is better waiting for what the opponent is going to do. This is better to surprise, have pitch from Arsenal, which is pretty rare. I think I'm going to Arsenal Spellbind Sigil here. That makes the most sense to me. Yeah, this game is looking great. Kind of sad we drew most of our interaction at the start, but we still have 3 more core reactions. We are looking good. We are looking good. Pass the turn. Add this to the deck. Oh, he's undoing. I don't know. Oh shit, but now I didn't amp. What's he gonna do? Playing Chromatic Refinement. Scary business. Scary business. We're still gonna Arsenal Spellbind Sigil. Yeah, it leaves. Uses Acidio. Contemplation. Interesting. If I would play this, if he would play the Contemplation here. Oh, Astral Strike. Wow. Wow. That's gonna deal more damage. Because it eats the buff. Oh no, it's go again. Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna be blocking 6. Since I'm blocking 6 anyway, because it would deal more. Would deal 1 more. I'm gonna be blocking 6. Nebula Duality. It discarded. That doesn't really make sense, but I'm sure. Yeah, I'll take it. And then I'll take that as well. Tap Lessons Pass, we again have a good instant to shuffle back in Havenville. So we're kind of also winning the fatigue race. Okay, here I'm actually making a mistake. I should amp first. Because opponent can respond to this to deny me the amp sometimes. I kinda did it wrong a lot already, but here we go. I'm feeling good about this game. Yes, please. Okay. Rift Breaker. I'll just block. Play out core reaction, pass the turn. I'm gonna use my hero because I'm not gonna tap it on my turn, so makes more sense anyway. Play out the core reaction, pass the turn. Sigil. We still have this. What's happening? Arc ramp. Sure. Another arc ramp. Enian Surge amped. How much arcane is this? I believe it's quite a lot. I am inclined to just play it safe here. You played 2 arc ramps, right? Yeah. So this is 4, 8 arcane. Could prevent 5 and send a lot back. Hard one. Could also prevent 3, go to 9. Play Aether Sling into Cosmic Comet. I'm gonna prevent 3. I think I'm relatively safe. I'm just safe at 9, right? Alright, 3 arcane. Stack the core reaction first because I want to keep the AB. What a game. What a game, what a game, what a game. Alright, he took it. Play the Aether Sling, amp 5. If it deals damage, get to deal 3 more. You're only going second when you have higher volume of attacks in your deck, yeah? Yeah. If I have a very high volume of attacks in my deck and I have a lot of embodiment generation, I'm okay going second. But usually I rather want to go first, because that way I get a head start dealing arcane. Yo, Scott, afternoon, Paul. Hope you're well, friend. Hope you're well as well, my friend. I opened 3 core reactions, Scott. Crazy. 1 in every color. Which works pretty well with the thumbnail. Okay, kind of sad my opponent got the perfect prevention, but it is what it is. Enian Surge. Tough one, tough one, tough one. Do I take 3? Kinda don't want to. Could play this, let it resolve. Play uplift. Arsenal Meteoric, something like that. I kinda wanna stay high. So I think I'm kinda winning this game. Kind of inefficient turn, but it has to be. I hope the guide doesn't just say opens free core reactions, bro. That's funnily enough the only thing that's in the guide. If you buy the guide, it's literally that sentence. No. It's a little bit more words. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is why attacks are good in a mirror. But I'm not that bothered. He's giving it +1. And he's pumping it. I'll play Static Shelter. I'll pay 1 to make a flow, pitch and core reaction. Take the hits, you'll get 2 flows. I'll play the core reaction then, I guess. Then I again present lethal. Hopefully this time I'm getting there. Yeah, that was a very good example of why attacks are really good again in a CDO. Because people are inclined to use non-blocks. Does he have another suture? Oh no, flow slide. People are inclined to use non-blocks against you and you can really punish them. Oh, he does have another suture. Flow slide. But now he doesn't have flows anymore. And I'm back at my flash bolt. And I just win. Alright, good game, opponents. Let's go to the next. On to the next. We're 1-0. Who are we playing? We don't know. Error, fetch error. What does that mean? Teleshare dead? No. Teleshare alive. Alright, seems like someone already made a room. Right, again Acidio. I think we're pretty decent in this matchup. What did we cut again? I think Astral Salt, right? Or no, we cut the Stellar Glide. This is the UK national champ, guys, Aaron Boyan. But he seems busy. Thanks for the game. You having the 6 prevention for the mind fire juiced me. Yeah, that was pretty insane. GG's TCG Bell. This deck is grim. Yeah, it is. Look at this. Kind of funny. I won with Flashbolt. I bottomed as well. Do, 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 do. If you get a moment after this draft, can you look at my picks? Sure. If I have time, I will look at your picks. I'm not 100% sure I have time for another draft after this, since I also need to still make this week's YouTube video and next week's YouTube video since I'm traveling. But I think I'll manage. Alright. I mean, I'm just going for it here. Flashbolt into Meteoric Impact. Pretty good start. Activating Seekers. That's a good sign, I think. UK national champ, guys. Aaron Boyan. Let's see how far we get. Pitching in red. Seems good. Traveling is always fun. It is fun, yeah. But the traveling aspect itself, I don't know, I just get really stressed by. Which is maybe a luxury problem. But especially the day before I fly, I have like this huge anxiety. I don't know why. Probably because it's so... If you make a mistake in check-in or like with your visa or whatever, you just cannot go. And I really like the clarity. Alright, it's looking like this is pretty good. Sending 9 Arcane. Fair. Minneapolis is gonna be stressful for me. What's up, Scorch Rose? You're playing UK Nets? Or you're playing the... I should have probably used my waves here. Oh shit. Ominous Respite. Alright. Fools are also meteoric. I won't use my hero here because I want to use Step Lessons Past. I made a big mistake not activating Constella Waves. Stupid. Stupid. Very stupid. Yes, it's my first time qualifying. Good luck. Oh shit, no. What the fuck? I hope you do well. Activate Volsar. If my opponent is looking like he prevents this, then I will use the arms. I'll arsenal the Astral Assault. It will also be your birthday. Sick. What a great weekend it will be. Yes, I would. One Arcane. Didn't draw the prevention here. It's kind of sad. Flow Slide, sure. Flow Slide. What's happening? Blue meteoric. Take it. Then what? Oh, uplift. I'll use the delay here to opt. I want my prevention as soon as possible here. Do I tap my hero? No. And he plays refinement. Scary, scary, scary. Let's see if this works. If it does work, it's very good for us. But if he draws prevention here, we're in a very bad spot. Then again, we can use our Constella waves. Yes. Astral Assaults. We're gonna destroy flow here. Need to push more damage. I think it's worth it. 3 card 11. I like. Alright. Fools are. Tap lessons passed. Interesting. So this is how much? Quite a lot, right? I'll use the helm. I might IP Nebula here. Ooh, scary game. Scary game. One more arcane. Yeah, I'll just go for it here. Hopefully I cannot get killed. Let's see. I made a big mistake not using this. My opponent would have been 3, would have been a lot different. Stupid me. Stupid me. Playing Cosmic Flare, okay. Volzar. What's going on? Future. Sure, I'll go to 1. Well, another Starfall instant would lose me the game. But this is lethal. Yeah, stupid I didn't use Constella Waves. This should be lethal if my opponent doesn't have... Oh no, he has flows, of course. So he goes to 2, yeah. Okay, well, I'll pass the turn. Keep IP this. Let's see. Am I going for it here? Probably am, right? Calmville. That is kind of annoying. This is dealing 3. I mean, I have to play it. Hopefully I don't get killed. But it's looking like I am. Our deck was so good. Yeah, sad. GG. GG. I had brush up still. What did I have left? Oh, I also had some good deck cards. And a shooter left. I think his deck was better for the mirror than mine. I didn't really see my core reactions at good points. And I made that punt. I didn't get punished for it, but yeah. Unlucky, bro. Yeah. Sad, sad, sad. I know you were backseating as well, Kashi, so... It is sad, it is sad. Nah, this was fine. I think other than that I played it pretty well. I don't really think I did anything wrong. Other than that, the amp. There was one point where I did something weird. I think it was with the yellow Nebula Duality and the Static Shelter. I can't remember. Can't beat the UK champ. Nope, nope, nope. He's too good. I have to watch that back. What would I have gotten? After I would have seen the uplifts. Yeah, this was the first card I pitched. Here would have been my suture and brush off. Yeah, is what it is. Alright, let's try to find another draft. Seems like there's 4 out of 8. Let's do one more draft. A little bit of a less winning stream than other streams, but yeah. I really don't know what I could have done better this game. I mean, we were close to the win with the Nebula if he didn't have the Calmville there. It was kind of funny that the Calmville also rewarded him because the Lightning Overload was still in the stack. So he got an extra flow out of it. Didn't matter in the end, but yeah. I think the main difference was that Aaron had more instants, so he could extend his turns better than mine. I just got too low. Like I attack with a... Oh, the draft is already live. I attack with... what's it called? I attack with Astral Strike. I attack with Astral Strike, which is good if he has Prevention in hand, but at that point he had the blocking cards in hand, so yeah. It's whatever. But yeah, that is what I want to say with that. That it is the risk of attacks. Like, they can reward you, they can punish you. All right. Yeah, you can't compare any stream to the 12 and 0 stream. True. True. Paul, sit. Hello, my favorite brother-in-law. How are you doing? Alright. New draft. Wow, what a pack, guys. What a pack. So many good cards here. Is draft open to chat? I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Astral Strike or Visionary of Orbits? Astral Strike is better in Aurora, I would say. This is a better card in general. There are a lot of good cards here. I feel like I'm gonna push people onto Illusionist. Ah, this is tough. I think Astral Strike is more flexible overall, although I think it's a bit overrated. Let's just take it. Alright. Meteoric Impact. I mean, I could just not pick this and stay more open, pick the Sigil, but this is the best red spell in the, or like the best red common spell in the pool. So no shame in taking it. Multiple good cards here. Brush off red keeps us open more. Arc Shards I feel like is a bit overrated. Still a lot of illusionist cards. But I feel like I've put some, or I feel like I put some people onto illusionist to the right of me. So I'm actually not sure what to pick here. I could pick Sigil here just to stay a little bit more open, but Suture is just so good. I'll pick Suture here. Okay, and a lot of another Suture, another Flare, Flow Tide. But I think here I'm gonna be picking Thunderous Retort. Just to get some Acidio tech and still stay somewhat open. Interesting. Conville Volthaven is a card that is generically good. But there's a red spell in this pack and it's pick 5. So I'm gonna be picking that. Nothing wrong with drafting what you know. Yeah. I mean, not to sound arrogant, but I kind of know how to draft all heroes. But I think the Acidio cards in the last few picks were just the best. And it's kind of funny, it keeps happening that I'm drafting Acidio, but yeah, I don't really see another reason to switch here. Lightning Overloads is a good card. Alright. Flashbolt Blue, Comet Collision. What are the other cards that are worth picking here? I mean, these aren't really anything to write home about. I mean, Yellow Comet Collision is just a solid arcane spell. I'll be picking that. Still seems like there's a lot of illusionist cards. I'll be picking the blue 3 block here. Okay, didn't seem like... I didn't expect this to wheel, but at this point I'm too much into Acidio to really care about it. I'll pick the Sigil, because this was a card I already was wanting to pick anyway. I could pick the Prevention or a blue 3 block. I kinda think... Ooh. I'll take the blue 3 block over the Calmville. You Acidio coded, yes. I think Acidio is just a little bit better than the other heroes in this format. But I am very open to stay open. But again, this draft, I think seeing a Meteoric Impact and an Indian Surge pick 5. So maybe to explain it better, I think Acidio is heavily underdrafted at the moment. I think it's actually like Rosetta, where Florian was like, to me, clearly the best hero. And just more people should be drafting Acidio. I've not reviewed the other draft. It seemed like there were at least 3 Acidios in the last pot. But yeah, I think a pot can support 4 Acidios. I think a pot should support 4 Acidios. Here I'm just gonna be picking the Havenville. A really strong card in the mirror. And it seems that Acidio isn't as heavily contested. Certainly his playable card pool is just deeper than the other heroes. Yeah, I completely agree. And he asks way less of your deck to actually function. While Ziggy and Aurora just need specific pieces to function. Am I hate picking Electrin or am I picking Electrolyze? I'll hate to pick this. I'll hate to pick this. Damn, 3 red arcane spells. 4 even. 1, 2, 3, 4. A Visionary of Orbits. And a Boots. I would normally be down for Visionary of Orbits, but simply because I don't have any Embodiment of Lightning generation yet, I'm gonna go with the Boots. Visionary of Orbits is really great, however. But here it's an easy Boots pickup. I don't know if it's a personal thing, but I find Acidio to be the hardest hero to play and where I have found the least amount of success. Yeah, I think he's definitely up there with being hardest to play. I mean, if you've played a bunch of Wizard already, he's probably easier, because Wizard just plays on a little bit of a different axis than other heroes. Oh, what's happening? But I do think he's the strongest. I'll pick the gloves here. Same reason. Ooh, yellow flashbolt. Or suture. Or secret delay. Yellow flashbolt is just exceptionally strong. Increases your kill range, which is insanely good in this format. I'll just pick that. I'm picking the blue 3. Oh no, I'm picking the Constella Flow Slide here. It's a good extender. I need some more. I would normally also be down to pick an attack like Astral Assault or a blue 3 block. But again, I don't have any Embodiment of Lightning generation. I'm already running 1 attack. So I'll pick the Flow Slide. Okay, so here I have multiple options. Could pick the Refinement. It's really good with the Meteoric Impact. I don't have a lot of red spells yet, so I'm not really wanting that. Siege of Lightning is great. I have an Astral Strike. Lightning Form, however, is also very good. I think I saw another Siege of Lightning. Let me try out the Lightning Form here. Here we have an Uplift and a core reaction blue. I'll take the Uplift here. Could pick a blue 2-block here or the Prevention. I'm kind of worried about making enough cards. So I would normally pick Calmville, but here I'm a bit afraid, so I'll pick that blue 2-block. Already have Boots. Flow Through. I could pick just a 3-block here. I think I'm gonna be picking a 3-block just for the Aurora matchup if we don't have enough cards. Ooh. Of the 5 red spells, 1 wheeled. Which is kind of funny. Could be a 4 Acidio pot. Or even 5 maybe. But yeah, I need more red spells, so I'll pick the Aeneas Surge over the Sigil of Lightning here. I'm really sad I have to pass up on it. But I just need red spells more than I need the embodiment. Here I'll pick the Comet Collision. I think hate picking Quick Succession is best, or Voltbound Duality. I think Voltbound Duality is a little bit more annoying. Okay, now I'm starting to, well, not panic per se, but seems like a very high Acidio pot. I'll pick Mercurial Skies. I mean, this is a playable card. Brush Off is a playable card as well. Alright. For the next 14 cards, we need to play at least 12. I mean, we have some options to play over Crack Bubbles if we were to go there. But, yeah. Yeah. Another reminder, I made a Metafy for this limited format where I explain all the core game plans of every hero, how I think they should be played, deck recipes, a card evaluation for every hero, for every playable card for them, or like card that could be considered, and I'll share it in the chat. So please check it out if you're interested and want to support the stream. Flittering Spike is a really solid card. But again, I don't have Embodiment Generation. I think just because of this pot being so weird, like, I'm not weird, like, I think there's a lot of Acidio. I would normally pick like a Meteoric Impact or a Nebula Duality, but I am sensing we're gonna play a lot of Acidio, and then this card becomes better. It's kind of giving up one of our cards, since we need 12 more playables out of 14. But I think it's worth it, considering we might be playing a lot of Acidio in this pot. Comet Collision, easy pickup here. The Gilet. I mean, we cannot afford to pick equipment anymore. We have to pick a red spell here. I will pick... Ooh, this is tough. I mean, here's Embodiment Generation, which we needed. We said we needed. And it's an instant which we don't have a lot of yet. So I'll be picking Starlight Road here. Wow, and Winding Finality is still in a pack at pick 5. Interesting. I'll pick the Seeker's Hood here. We're probably gonna have to play some suspicious cards, but it is what it is. Here, tap Lessons Past. Need more arcane damage in our deck. Starting to get a little bit scary here. As there is no Acidio or no wizard cards in the pack. I'll pick the yellow Chromatic Refinement since we have some yellow spells. Alright, playable cards, that's good. We need some more extenders. Contemplation is good at that. I mean, it's not the best. It's the worst Constella, but we need some more instants. All right, we need 6 more playable cards out of 5 picks, which isn't possible. So we have to probably play a card like Flittering Force Field and possibly a yellow Brush Off as well, which is sad, but. Now can you make a Metafy post of you reading the entire Metafy guide out loud? Thank you. I mean, you could probably with AI maybe do that. I don't know. Yo, what's up, Fush? This is a PVG stream. It is. I'll pick Nebula Duality here. 3 block. Desperately need some playables. Okay, this is starting to look like a C- deck, guys. If I've ever seen one. Acidio has been finally drafted to the extent it deserves to be drafted. I read it out loud while sitting in a leather chair in a bathrobe sitting next to a fire. Amazing. I don't know. People would be interested. Sipping on whiskey and smoking a cigar. There is a cracked Ziggy in this pot. Yes, there will be. I think there might be one Ziggy. We picked the 3 block here. Arc Ramp. Or 3 block. I'll pick Arc Ramp here. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Blue. Guys, we're good. We are totally fine. 9 blues, bunch of yellows, 3 blocks. Acidio hates. We got it all. I will export this. Oh, we have one more pick, I believe. What's going on? God's Draw. God Draw. Wait, do we have all the cards? Yeah, we do. I mean, just export this to February. I don't know why I was waiting. I'll take a quick toilet break. Edit this first to make a room. Inventory. Yeah. Right, make a room. This is our deck, yeah? Right. This is the boss deck. Yeah, then that's correct. Alright, be right back. Alright, we back. Let's join the draft. I have to say, I got kind of discouraged by losing twice, but it's kind of flipped because this is best of, or it's like single elimination technically. Hold up. That's out. That's out. That's out. It's single elimination, so that skews it a bit. And also, I've just been on a streak I probably cannot replicate. Attacks are kind of bad. Although the Astro Strike is good. I'll not play Lightning Form. So yeah, no need to get discouraged. Also, against Aaron, I just found out I got triple backseated again, so it's of course a disadvantage. Riftbreaker. He doesn't play core reaction. What a peculiar play. Do I take it? Do I activate Seeker's Hood here? Kind of want to guarantee I have a decent turn. But then again, I can also opt with the Hood. So I will do so. Uplift. Kind of want that on top, right? Yeah. Maybe this was wrong. I don't know. Okay, but we didn't get punished because we drew the Lightning Overload. Is this where we make a, or where we Acidio uplift? We don't have to, right? It would just be trading a flow for Ponder. Is that worth it? It feels a bit spiky and I don't particularly need spike. So I'm not gonna do it. I'll make an embodiment for my 1 Astral Strike. Play Lightning Overload, targeting you. Activate Volzar. Hold priority, play Uplift. 1 Arcane. I need the Ziggy Sauce versus Aurora. Oh shit. Oh, he has Turners. This is why Turners is good, guys. I want to be the Ziggy of the spot. Yeah, me too, to be honest. So funny, you just said before this draft that Acidio was underdrafted and his spot borderline overcorrected. Yeah. That is kind of funny. Guess I'll purchase the Metafy. Thank you, Vash. I would appreciate the support. Thunderous Retort. Okay, this is a hand where I can get insanely punished by an attack. But he has a Meteoric. He has a Meteoric. What am I doing here? I'm just gonna prevent 5. Pass the turn. I'll be honest, I might have taken the fraying pack one, pick one with 4 red Acidio spells in the pack. Oh! This draft? I picked this pack one pick. What do you mean? Oh, this was. I believe this pack one pick one. I picked Astral Strike, but there was a fraying in there as well. Yeah, but Astral Strike still keeps me open to towards all classes, right? So I think that was correct. Oh shit. We are getting core reaction this game. Now I see why people switched onto Acidio. I mean, this hand is insane, so I will activate boots. Not use flows, not necessary. Have all the drafts just been Acidio today? Yep. They have. Ooh, Tap Lessons Pass is a nasty one. With the core reaction. And the retort. Yeah, I cannot prevent this. Let's see what it gets. I think the core reaction is probable, most probable. Right, we are gonna do Flashball in the Meteoric Impact Arsenaling Surge, which is good. Deal 3 Arcane. If this game goes long, we might not be very likely to win, so we need to be fast. I don't think we can beat another core reaction if we get there. You're not beating the Acidio forcing allegations. No, but it's okay. I mean, me personally, sometimes I'm happy to take something like that first, since it wasn't in Ziggy's actual card slot. And make a pivot if I really need to. Let the table fight over Acidio. Yeah, I would normally agree with you if Acidio isn't as powerful as he is. Like in a normal draft, I agree. Oh, Jesus. This is a total blowout, guys. No, yeah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, I think I'm still playing it. Only 6 Arcane. Oh, that's such a blowout. On the one turn we sent to multiple sources. Yeah, I have to send it. I have an embodiment, like I can probably. Okay, it does take 4, which is great. Here we go. We didn't draw our prevention. Opponent has some insane cards. Red core reaction. I guess I'm hitting the downswing. These late drafts. So it's kinda. Well, let's not get tilted. I mean, we have to block here. a weird play, by the way. Oh, he has a ponder, I guess. That makes sense. I guess that makes sense. Right, well, Sidio, the Constella. Enable Astral Strike. 7, go again. I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about in a guide. You want to set up these big turns. But I'm not sure if we're getting there, because I'm not sure if we're getting there this game. I think my draft preview should have realized the city wasn't open since I wasn't seeing cores or flash builds, but I was seeing other powerful cards in the packs. I mean, I don't really need the flash builds or cores. They're just cards that pull you into a city or more. You'll get there, skill diff, yeah. Skill diff only brings you so far. That's why the cards like Core Reaction are so good, because they're hard to beat even with perfect play. Constella, and we got 2 ponders, 2 potential good arsenals. Probably Nebula. Okay, he really lucky our opponent attacks us, because we couldn't have converted our hands. I think this is a losing game. The reason being, my opponent has a core reaction in his deck, and we're kind of getting to fatigue, so he's likely to see it again. But yeah, I'll try my best. He doesn't have flow, so I might be able to be faster. Let's see. I've not kept track of the pitch deck. It's too hard also looking at chat and stuff. Which is of course a very big excuse. Electrolyze. Electrolyze. What do I have left in my deck? I'm gonna take Ganda, Lil Gander. I have an Enian Search left that I pitched, I remember that. So I could block with Comet Collision here. I kinda wanna stay a little bit higher. I think he's not gonna do more damage, but we'll see. I can't do my opponent's pitch deck. It's hard enough doing my own. Yeah, completely agree. I'll take the damage. This could have been a mistake. This is the key moment of the game. Because that collision was pretty good. We'll prevent it. Discard it, sure. Is this the core reaction? No, no, it can't be. It has to be next hand because we pitched it at the same time. So that is good for me. 3 arcane here. Like, I can't remember, they pitched these together, gotta be wary. But I cannot remember exactly where the stuff is. It is, to be honest, not very important to know exactly where the stuff is. Like, in Limited it's more important than in CC, definitely. And you definitely get a significant edge out of it, but I'm of the personal opinion that focusing on your own turns is way more important than focusing on your opponent's pitch stack. So I wouldn't worry about it. Alright, Suture here is nutty. But yeah. Play the Sigil. Hope we draw a good ponder. Starboard warning. Oof. Okay. Alright, Stunner's Retort is perfect against his upcoming core reaction, which should be this hand. I don't know if I have enough damage in my deck, but we'll find out shortly. Interesting. Yeah, my opponent won a lot of cards with the attacks he presented. Like, he had Meteoric Rise, Riftbreaker, won him a card. Astral Assault, won him a card. And he had some recursion. But yeah, this is not doomed. He's gonna play core reaction now. Yeah. I will pass the turn. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I'll play the retort. Three. I think we're getting fatigued this game. I'm gonna try and get a ponder. Though, am I? I would get one farther in my pitch deck. Does it matter? I would get a Havenvale, but I'm giving up a flow. But I'm dealing some amount of unpreventable damage. Yeah, I think it's worth it here. I think it's worth it. Not sure what I have left. Yeah, opponent goes to 2. I want the Havenville probably. This leaves. This leaves the arena. I think we're dead, but I'm not sure what I've left in my deck. If I have another red spell, which I'm not sure I actually do. I'm sure I don't have another red spell. That's what I'm certain of. I just wonder if I have spells left. Opponent's really in the tank here. I think the key moment of the game was me blocking with the collision, the red collision. I should have taken more damage there and just tried. Because now I just got fatigue, which was already pretty likely. Since the opponent shuffled back his core reaction, or bottomed his core reaction and played more attacks than me. Which is normally really bad, but I guess in if our decks are both lower power level, it's good. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know if my opponent... Oh, he's thinking. Yeah. The blue one. I mean, we are drawing Havenville on our next hand, so... Oh, he's pitching Nebula Dualities. Oof. That makes me very wary. Oh, we are not gonna draw Havenville here. We Arsenal this. We just got to. Oh, I just die, right? No, I don't die, but pretty close to it. Well, funny enough, I could have won the game here. If I IP'd this. I think. I had a chance to win the game here. Let's say it like that. I had a chance to win the game here, because I think I'm dead. Playing instance. Oh, he's playing a flow. Okay, that is maybe a good sign, maybe a bad sign. He could kill us or he could survive. Both are bad. How much arcane do we have in the deck? When we have closer to 30 versus 35, 38, can we play differently or is the playstyle the same? I mean, the playstyle is a bit different because you have to really make sure to play your red spells because you don't have a lot of them. That was my mistake probably this game. I should have not blocked with this but kept it in hand. But just because I'm low on them. Oh, yeah. What did my opponent have left? He had a Constella. I don't know what he IP'd. Yeah. I think it made sense. I probably IP'd the Starlight Road. But yeah, I should have IP'd this myself and tried to kill him on his turn by Ossidioing the Havenville. So Volzar was enabled and then try to ping him for 2. Yeah, Jake, that's completely correct. Yeah, RIP C- Presidio. Yeah, this was a sad game. I mean, our deck wasn't very good, but we didn't really... I mean, I hate saying we got high rolled, but yeah, this was again opponent having the best card in the set and another extremely good card on top of AB3ing 2 spells in the first 4 turns of the game was pretty unlucky. But yeah, I think we could have played better as well by not blocking with the Comet Collision. Again, I think that was the mistake. And yeah, trying to kill him on his own turn by IPing this instead of arsenaling it. There were our mistakes. Looking back, we wouldn't have won the game because of them, but yeah. Still, that's our main takeaway. Okay. I'll do a short draft review again. So I'm kind of curious. Is this it? Yeah, right. No, this is not it. This was the last draft. Valuable experience though. Highs and lows of drafting. Yeah, definitely. And again, I learned something in this draft. Which is that if Acidio decks get weaker, attacks are better. Simply because they trade up in value. I definitely learned that. Because I just got fatigued by it. Yeah, a friend was telling me often a play pattern with Acidio is just to block 6-9 per turn cycle. And just send back a 0 for 3 arcane red. Yeah, that is the basic. The basic Acidio line. Alright, let's review the draft. And then I think I have to start packing my suitcase. I'm currently reviewing. Wait. How does this work? Game logs. Review. Ah, sad, because the guy left. We cannot review. Or is that not true? Let's see. Game logs. No. Well, that's annoying. Reminder to not... You can review on Fablazing downloading. Interesting. Download. Go to Fablazing. What is it? Resources. Craft Analyzer. What a good feature again by Benny from Fablazing, who is kinda sponsoring this stream, but not yet. No, we're in this not discussion. We're in. Am I correct in remembering you'll be at US Nets, Paul? Yes, I'll be at US Nets. Won't be playing it, but I will be watching on Friday, since there's a Sage qualifier, which I won't be playing. I'll probably be playing sealed side events and just hanging around in a venue and just taking a look at US Nets, since I also am a fan of the game in the end and I like to spectate. Alright, we are at Fablazing. This was our opponent. Let's take a look at our own draft. Alright. I mean, there were a lot of good first picks in this pack. You could have picked also the Constella Tiara to stay even more open. My consideration was I want to try this card out a little bit more. I've only played with it once before. And it felt a bit underwhelming, but it reads very well. So I think it's similar power level to the other cards, and I wanted to try it out. So I'm happy with that. Pick 2. I picked Meteoric Impact, and I fully stand behind this. Like, there is no other card that even is near the power level of this card. So again, that was correct. So here we could have stayed more open, I remember. Since, yeah, this was the only Lightning Wizard card in the pack. Could have been a signal that the Acidio cards have been taken. But yeah, that can also just happen naturally. There can be one class card in the pack. Also, I think it's a very strong card in general. So, still think that was reasonable. Here, there were 3 Wizard cards still in the pack. So none had been taken of the common ones. Seemed like Acidio was open. I picked the Thunderous Retort though, because yeah, I just need some Acidio attack, and we just saw that Thunderous Retort can win the game, since my opponent had it. Vitor, Brush Off is better, no? I don't agree. Why do you think it's better, Vitor? I'll be open to hear your argument for why it's better. I think Cosmic Future is better, because it's a better rate. Since you use Acidio on it and get a Ponder. With Volzar, it will be 5 value and leave a Ponder for 2 cards, which is a pretty insane rate for limited. Brush Off myself, I think, is a bit more risky to play, because you can get blown out by it, and yeah. I'll be on looking out for you, Paul. Would be nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure, Andre. I'll be on the lookout as well. Would be nice to meet each other. Shooter is so good if you can Brosidio it, yeah. I mean, on pick 3 it was better, because you would be more open, I guess. Okay, so your reasoning is that I would be more open. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair reason. I would stay more open. But my counter to that is, where are my picks? At this point I have a Meteoric Impact, which is kind of dragging me in the Acidio direction, right? So yeah, I could pick it to stay more open. But personally I think this is better. Guide acquired, Paul. I will now become the new US national champion. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope the guide is well received. I got some good reviews already, which I was really happy with. But yeah, of course, we have to see how it will work in reality, of course. Yeah, Brush Off, I agree with you. It was also a consideration, but I stand by my Cosmic Future pick here. Here, Thunderous Retort. So let's say we picked Brush Off. Would this have changed anything? No, not really. I think I would probably still pick this Future here if we have the Brush Off. Or the Retort as well. If you want a Acidio pick, Cosmic Flare was good too, no? In the last pick you mean, or here? Cosmic Flare. Yeah, I agree. Cosmic Flare was also good here. But I think generally the prevention is more important than... Like, Cosmic Flare is technically a blue that's 1 extra value. It's nice to have, but I think in order of importance I would rate prevention higher than it. But yeah, would have also been a pick you could have made. Here I saw an Enian Surge late. Pick 5, so I'm not, like, my alarm bells aren't ringing that the Acidio isn't open. There's also still 3 wizard cards in the pack. Like, yeah. Here the best card in the pack is Circular Flowtide. Illusionist seemed a bit open, more open than, or like the cards seemed better quality wise than the wizard, but yeah, I wanted to defend my red Meteoric Impact, so Lightning Overload I think is an underrated card in general. Here we saw red Auric Shards, Shattering Flowtide. I think your Comet Collision Yellow is about as good as a red Zap, so yeah. And here it kind of dried up, I would say. But yeah, blue 3-block is nothing to scoff at. Here I maybe should have been an Illusionist, yeah. Because if a Shattering Flowtide is going around until pick 9, that means everyone has seen it and has passed up on it at least once. Could have been a sign. Blue 3-block, Havenville. Curious what my opponents did. Temp first picked the yellow Flashbolt. I think that makes sense. I would personally also be interested in Electrolyze to stay a bit more open. But this is a really strong card, so I can't blame. Oh, Temp is too My opponent first picked the Constella Waves, I see. Then the Electrolyze, yeah, I agree. Leggings, Uplift, Nebula. Oh wow. And he switched onto Illusionist? Yeah, he fully switched onto Illusionist. He read the signal, but he took some Good Acidio cards. Snapping yellow flashball, pick one seems a bit all in, yeah. Yeah, I kinda agree. I think with a red one I would for sure pick it. But yellow becomes a bit more sus. Do you like Path of Same as yellow? Yeah, I do like it. It's a 0-4-3. Can get go again and deals unpreventable damage. I rate it pretty high. Okay, dan 100. What's up? My boy Simon. Simon Bow. Simon Bow. That's what I thought. Yellow is rough with the Electrolyze in the pack. Yeah, probably Electrolyze was the pick there. Holo Shield, Sigil of Lightning makes sense. What did the guy to my... I mean, he ended up in Acidio. So I kind of was squeezed between two Acidios. At least at the start. Alright. Yeah, well, it's gonna sound salty, but again, it looks like I drafted this my seeds mostly correct. And it was just unfortunate my opponent had a core reaction. I guess he opened it, pack one, pick one, or maybe got it later. No, he opened with Rise, and it got passed to him. I'm really curious. What do people pick over red core reaction? Like what are you picking? Lace Lightning, really? I mean, it feels a bit like this is surely a better card, right? It's like, I guess people like to stay more open, even more open than me with Lace Lightning. Like, I don't think it's completely crazy to pick Lace Lightning. But maybe a little bit. But yeah, if your opponent passes your red core reaction, it's like, boom, I'm on Acidio. Don't even think about it. Also got the red suture. Yeah, he was all in all in a way better seat than me. Starboard Warning. Knower. This guy is a knower. Andre Dragney is a knower. Starboard Warning is a very good card. Could have also picked the chest here, but nice. Meteoric Impact Red. Yeah, and he just ended up drafting a way better Acidio deck than me. Alright. I'll be playing Victor this weekend, I think. Nice. Good choice. That's what I thought, you know, yeah. Alright, I will self-advertise once more. I made a comprehensive Omens limited guide. Where I share everything about my knowledge on the draft formats. I'm happy doing these streams for free. This is just a little bit more in depth. I have some general format notes. Like, I will say these are kind of intermediate level. So I'm just explaining the nuances of the format. Then I'm explaining what you should look for in Aurora, what you should look for as Acidio, what you should look for as Ziggy. I'm evaluating every possible card in Aurora's card pool, with some exceptions. Doing the same for Acidio, doing the same for Ziggy. Then I am going over all of the different matchups. I'm saying what I think the game plan should be as Aurora versus Ziggy, as Aurora versus Acidio, as Aurora in the mirror. Then Acidio versus Aurora, Acidio versus Ziggy, and the Acidio mirror. And then doing the same thing for Ziggy. And I end up with saying how to navigate draft. So it's worth noting that I will update this guide probably as I learn more, and if it gets successful, I will definitely do so. Because I feel like I'm lacking a bit in the draft navigation aspect. Like I'm just basically telling you what I've told you this stream, but I think people want to see more examples. So that's why I'm kind of supplementing the guide with these free streams, since I also got a lot of questions about how to navigate draft. This stream was focused on that. So it will be making more sense to you if you've read the guide. So yeah. That's it. I hope you guys like the guide. It has some 30 people who got it. And a 10 out of 10 rating with 2 people rating. Here's what it is. Alright. That was the stream for now. I really need to do other stuff as well, like recording the videos and packing my bags for US Nationals. Thank you all a lot for watching. There was a lot of activity in the chat again. I really appreciate the support. And I will see you guys later. I think the streams will stop a bit because, yeah, I'm traveling to the USA and I'm staying there for 10 days, I believe. So yeah, sadly cannot do streams while there, but I will make sure to record 2 videos today, so I won't miss a week. Later guys, thanks for the support. Goodbye.